All right, so we are back with the one and only John Berry, and so we have a couple of having fun segments that go pretty quick. Some of this can be funny. A lot of it is really kind of self perspective from your state of view or standpoint. The first one's called Mount Rushmore, and typically I do artists here, but I think with you, who's your on your Mount Rushmore of songwriters? The best four songwriters in your opinion?
Gary Burr,
Hmm.
John Denver, um, especially ones that really influenced me. Um, Kenny Loggins,
Hmm.
and not so much that he influenced me, but as much as I admire his work, is Alan Jackson.
Yeah, great songwriters. Just so people
Yeah.
know, just my personal experience with Gary Burr. My favorite Gary Burr song is maybe one not really well known. It's called "Can't Be Really Gone" by Tim McGraw, which is just a fantastic song. Um, it's the quintessential country song, and I wish more people knew about it. But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite Gary Burr song. I'm hoping to have
He's
Gary
great.
on the show someday, man. I'd love to pick his brain.
He's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, incredible writer. I appreciate that. That's a great list. All right, next one is called "What the Heck." These are going to be random questions, rapid fire, and
Okay.
just give me whatever pops into your brain. The very first thing. Shut your
Well,
filter off.
I might do this just for self editing.
Okay. Well, I'll let you have a little bit of a filter. All right, John. Where do you think squirrels go during hurricanes?
Somewhere out of the tree.
Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. Yeah.
Out of the tree.
All right, number two. What is your best curse word alternative?
Ding dang.
I love it. Ding, ding. I'm gonna have to add that to my vernacular.
Yeah,
All right,
ding dang is part of my everyday language.
all right. Number three. What is no big deal for most people but torture to you?
Um, eating.
Okay,
Eating is very difficult.
okay.
Just really, realistically speaking.
I
Um,
understand. All right, number four. I think number four. What do you think cats dream about?
no dogs.
Just
A place with no dogs.
a place with no. So that would be paradise.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Number five. What do you think was your most awkward moment on stage?
Most awkward moment on stage. Well, I was doing an interview with what was his name? Music City Tonight. What was it? The host of Music City Tonight.
Let me look it up.
The country music host, Music City Tonight. He hosted it for years.
Crook and Chase,
Um,
right?
no, before that, um,
Ralph
what
Emery.
was it? Ralph Emery. Yeah, I was on Ralph Emery, and I was a brand new artist, and um, we're talking and stuff, and he keeps looking at me, and he's talking, and then all of a sudden he blurts out, he goes, "Anybody ever tell you you look just like Travis Tritt?" I didn't know what to say. I just didn't know what to say. I
You
was like,
didn't. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
Oh
Maybe
man.
because maybe I had a mullet. I don't know.
I don't see it at any point in time. All right, last one. Are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
Um, I'm I'm a red meat eater. So I don't know if that makes me a hunter or a gatherer.
Well,
um,
you can be both as well
yeah,
at
I
times.
I I, I don't know because I'm not like a fruit and vegetable guy.
Yeah,
Well, let's take it back. Take it back. I guess I am both because my favorite meal is a very rare steak and a Caesar salad.
there you go. All right, yeah, you're gonna have
So
to be both in that point.
yeah.
All right, next segment is called One Artist. Who is one artist that John Berry wishes the whole world knew about?
Mother's finest.
Okay, I love that answer. Great stuff. I was sure you were gonna say Sean Berry.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I was sure we were gonna get Sean Berry or joint custody out of that. For you guys that don't
Hey,
know,
hey, did
that's
you hear about joint custody? They won that contest there in East Texas yesterday, this last weekend.
I did not, and I
Big,
should
big,
have
big
known
battle
that.
of the bands thing going on. They walked off with it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They're fabulous,
Yeah,
incredible band. Sean's amazing. I'm a huge
thank you.
fan of his. Yeah, he's great. All right, next one, man. You're 65 years old. What's on John Berry's wish list?
Um, like for 35. And no, I'm gonna be singing that song at 40 again to myself, wishing that I was 40 again. I would be young and my kids would be 10. Yeah.
Go back in time. That's the wish list, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, as far as others, I mean, I've been really blessed to get to do all the stuff I want to do, and I've been able to provide for my family doing it, and I wish I get to spend more time at the beach, but other than that,
I'd say it worked out pretty well, right?
yeah, things are good.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next one's called Moment of Gravity. It can also be called Person of Gravity. I feel like every creative person of any level, whether you're an indie artist, a Grammy winner, whatever, you have that moment or event or person of gravity that kind of changed and shaped your path more than any other. What was that for you, do you think?
I'd say my wife, Robin, she, keeps me grounded and makes me really think about what's really important, and you know, so maybe putting my wife and my family at the equal term on that.
Mm-hmm. That's the best answer, I think. What do you think is your personal best accomplishment? And this doesn't have to be music related either.
Um, I would say my family. I've got a wonderful family,
I agree.
and I had a little bit to do with it, but my wife did most of that. But they're a great bunch.
Yeah, I think all of us guys, man, the wife is the catalyst, and they deserve way more credit than they ever get. I feel definitely in my case, and I know of Robin. I've been friends with Robin on Facebook for a while, so I
Yeah,
know the gravitas she has in your
yeah,
circle and how
yeah.
important she is.
I'm married
Um,
up.
yeah, I did too. I feel you. I did too. Thankful for that and every single
Yeah,
day. Last segment is called "Who Do You Think You Are?" Who is John Berry?
that's so funny to hear that. I'll tell you a quick story. I was playing this festival up in Pennsylvania, and it started raining. And we played as long as we could. Finally, I hollered off and says, "Is there someplace we can go inside?" And they moved us into this barn. And so I told all I said, "Y'all, we're gonna. I know it's not raining hard, but it's just a little cool. It's miserable. We're gonna move over to this little barn over here. So if you want to move, give us a few minutes. We're gonna get set up over there. Y'all come on in now. We're gonna move in over there and go play in the barn." Well, they did, and there were so many people at this fair. A lot of them couldn't get out of the rain still. And afterwards, I signed autographs forever. And for hours, like 2.5 hours, I was signing autographs, which is great. I love signing autographs. The only thing worse than signing autographs is nobody wanting autographs.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So, so get the very last guy in line, very last cat comes up and he buys a picture, $5 picture, hands it to me. I ask him his name. He tells me, I make it out to him, hands it, and I hand it to him. He goes, looks at the picture, says, "Who are you anyway?" So when you said, "Who is John Mayer?" I'm like, so actually, my manager's got me working, trying to write an autobiography book, which I'm having a very difficult time with. But right now, the working title for it is "Don't You Know Who I Used to Be?"
That's
So,
great.
but
Um,
anyway, so who's John Barry? I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a husband. I'm a father, a grandfather. I'm a friend. Um, I'm a singer. I'm a bus mechanic. I'm a songwriter. You know,
yeah, it's just so much, man. Pilot, farmer, recording artist, author, TV host. Like You've done so freaking much, man, and you still got a lot of time left, I feel. What do you got on the agenda for 2025? You mentioned a book. Is there more music coming as well? And
Yeah, yeah. I really hope we'll have a record out by Christmas. Christmas tours are one run of dates per year where it's not like, hey, let's go do this weekend, go do this weekend. Chasing dates like that. But where Christmas tours is a really solid put together 18 to 25 city. It's a city run. It starts advertising in June for the run of dates, and some of them we've been through year after year after year, and it's a lot of fun. And so that's a one. So it's always great to have a new piece of music to take out on a tour like that. And so we'll see if we can. Yeah, I've got some songs I'd like to do, and particular kind of music. We're kicking some ideas around. We'll see if it comes together. And so, and maybe we'll have the book done by then. We'll see. So.
the Christmas tours have been over 20 years now. It's like 22 or 23 years, right?
No, this will be 29.
29. Yeah.
Yeah, this year's 29.
That's unbelievable. Like, this is
Yeah.
unbelievable to me. And that's just Christmas tours. You tour year round, but like that's just
Yeah.
seasonal for you. And
Yeah.
unbelievable, man. What a career that would be if it was just that alone, right?
Yeah, so
Honestly.
next year, this would be our 30th year, but 2000 and 1997, I had to have nodule taken off my vocal cord, and
Right.
so I had to literally had to take almost a year off. But I had to, I mean, like 1st of November, we had to cancel the entire tour.
Wow. And it's also
Yeah,
2025 is the 30th anniversary of your debut record as well, John Barry. That'll be in June.
yeah.
Anything planned for that for the anniversary?
I hadn't heard, so I don't
Okay.
know.
I want to remind people again, if you're still watching, John Barry is going to be in Gladewater, Texas at Jackson's Cozy Theater. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the theater. It is on Commerce Street in Gladewater. I believe it's 108. Tickets can be found on John Barry's webpage, which is johnbarry.com. That'll be in the description below. We'll also put a ticket link in the description below. If you are watching this will be out on May 2nd. So May 9th is when John will be in Gladewater. Showtime is 7:30, I believe, that night, p.m. Central Standard Time. Get your tickets because they are going fast. I've been in contact with the venue. They are selling pretty good. So you guys are going
Good.
to want to get your tickets for that. John's not here in Texas very often, so take advantage of this. Although I'm sure he probably wants more reasons to play in Texas because that's where the grandbabies are at.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
John, I appreciate your time so much today, man. Thanks for taking it for us.
Thank you, pal. Good to be with you. Thank you so much.